Chapter 2, Crisostomo Ibarra. Turning their attention to Captain Tiago and a young man named Don Crisostomo Ibarra. When Tiago announced Ibarra to come, the entire room is a silence except the several cries of surprising or bewilderment. Padre Damaso has a part. Gisbel, seeing him, Ibarra bounced over with a smile, tending his hand and saying, "It's my privilege first. Padre Damaso, a close friend of my father's." When Damaso heard, Ibarra voiced his confused. Finally, Padre Damaso said, "You are not mistaken, but your father was never a close friend of mine." Ibarra turns around to find the lieutenant behind him. "The young man," said the lieutenant, "are you Don Rafael Ibarra's son?" Ibarra confirmed that he is the lieutenant. Welcome him back to the Philippines. Speaking about his father using the past, which confirmed Ibarra's heretofore and voiced that his father has died. Moving throughout the pardon, Ibarra finds that the subset of guests either awkwardly ignore him or warmly embrace him. Captain Tino, a friend of Tiago's, is the one of who jumped to make Ibarra's acquaintance, inviting him to dinner the next day, through Ibarra most likely because he has planned to travel to San Diego. Their conversation is interrupted with a waiter announced that dinner is served. Chapter 3, the dinner. In response to Padre Damaso's rude interjection, Ibarra maintains his composure, despite the fact that he wanted to tell the man that he must have already much to drink. Instead, he explained to the other dinner guests that he by remarks because he known him for a long time. Ibarra then announced that he must leave. Before departing, he raises the glass and saying, "I give you Spain and the Philippines." Everybody followed. The lieutenant agrees but doesn't fit in the phrases. Captain Tiago stops Ibarra and pleads with him to stay, saying that his daughter Maria Clara will soon arrive. He also tells Ibarra that the new priest of San Diego will be joining the dinner, but Ibarra says he must go, reassuring Tiago that he will return the next day before going to San Diego. In his absence, the dinner guests talk about the scandalous exchange between Ibarra and Padre Damaso. The two priors, Padre Silvia and Padre Damaso, verbally spar with one another for seat at the head of the table. They deferring to one another, heaping worthless praise upon each other in the hopes that doing so will win them seat. At one point, unable to make a decision, they offer the seat to the lieutenant, saying, "Lieutenant, here we are in the world, not in the church. Which seat is yours?" Not waiting to get involved, the lieutenant agreed. At this point, the food is brought in. Padre Silvia wins to sit, as suggested by the fact that It is he who dish out everybody's serving. The guests turned their attention to Ibarra, asking about his studies in Europe. He tells them that he was been away from 7 years and that they never entire that entire time has from the Philippines. I still don't know how or when my father died, he said. The guests are quickly to change the subject, eventually asking him what you made the greatest impression on him while he was away. A foreign young man with blonde hair chastised Filipino like Ibarra for showing an unwillingness to be reprimanded by their press. Similarly, a class conspicuous, a woman named Doña Victorina, criticized the lieutenant behind his back for forming, forming, forming the entire night, forming the entire night. Later that evening, the young blonde man writes about the parties in his journal. In the current state of things, not allowing Filipinos to leave the country or even teaching them to read would actually be towing them for people.